oil and gas was a tough gig. Went to Nigeria, 6,000 men, and then there's me. The only other females are probably the local tea ladies, the local cleaners, and then a couple of female local engineers. But it was, it was an experience, I would say. And I would say it was the best and the worst experience of my life. At that age, 22 years old, you're thrown into this country that is completely different from what you've ever experienced before. And you have to adjust. And it was hard. And that's when I think some of those biases creeped in that I could then see. I never really noticed them before. And I think it's because as much as I did lead slightly a sheltered life, because we didn't have a father, we didn't do a lot of the things that families would do. So I didn't experience that much. But when I got to Nigeria, suddenly it was just me on my own in this, and I was surrounded by a lot of men. Much of my team, all of my team were male. And things started creeping. I was treated differently and I didn't like it. And in those days I would cry about it because, that's what you do when you're that age and you don't know what else to do. And I didn't really have much of a voice. But I think it toughened me up. And I think as I came through the industry and I did other things, when I moved to Aberdeen, it's coming up to 7 years now, I was actually quite taken aback in Aberdeen because I felt like I'd stepped back into that old oil and gas. I felt like I'd stepped back into, the industry itself is quite misogynistic. I'm not going to lie, and my colour probably didn't help. I remember when I was first being selected to go to one of our sites around the world, I was told by my manager that I was the wrong colour, the wrong gender, the wrong age. I wasn't an engineer, and I think it was Australia was the option. And he said to me I was wrong and I just went, oh, okay then. Because what else do you do when you're 21 years old,
Yeah.
Okay, then you must be right. I must be the wrong colour and I must be the wrong. And now I think back and I think if he'd said that to me now, God, he would have got a completely different response.